When I was a kid, like a lot of people that want to be musicians, I was a freak, man. I would sit home all day and play a tennis racket to blasting Kiss, Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, the heaviest stuff, Black Sabbath. I just would stand there in the mirror and just make believe, just like fantasize with all of my might that I was on a stage playing. So when you're and there's a lot of kids that do that. So Carvin used to have these catalogs, and I guess they were smart enough and generous enough to send them out if you mailed in and they requested them. I was living in New York. I was 12 years old, and I got these catalogs and I opened them up, and you just see these giant stacks on these beautiful like lawns, and I just look at them, and they give you this feeling. It's like, you look at these amps and it's just like every day is Christmas. Just looking at them. And so I always had this, Carvin always had this mystique to me. And when I moved out to California and I started working with Frank, I never had any money, and I would always just fantasize about having a stack. That was like the holy grail, having a stack. Ooh, Carvin gave me a stack. And I remember just staring at it for about an hour when I got it. And I did a demo song for them, which was Blue Powder. And it was the X100B amp. And it was so thrilling for me to get that amp, and I used it for years and years and years, So I knew that one day I was going to want to design an amplifier. And when I got back in touch with them, they were ready to work with me on designing an amplifier that was, custom to my tastes. And that's not easy. That's a tall order because I'm a pain in the ass, because I don't know how to settle for anything else. I could never compromise. And it's as easy as, if it's not going to be a certain way, then just don't do it. So we worked very hard for about 18 months at designing a custom amp. It's virtually perfect. It's the kind of amp that, when I started playing it, I just didn't want to ever stop. I just wanted to keep playing and playing because it was just very responsive. I could turn things down and it would clean up, and it's simple. It's very simple. It's not very complex. It doesn't have a lot of, it's your basic 2-channel and stuff like that, and that's all I wanted. I mean, you should see some of the stuff that I've seen. It's just too, my music is complicated, but the way I like to do things is not. I want to plug and go.